Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel who really love rights. So just say and I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down war crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. Hey, we love I will love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. I will love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. Save all people. Yeah, we love Jah. We love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. We love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. Save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as the watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I and I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight, fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah, Rastafari. We love all, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Me love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. Me love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jaja, Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight.
If it never worked against Dr. Dawes, why do you think it's going to work against Rosie? If I was to return to Jamaica, I would have done my solicitor's license just for the purpose of writing pre-action protocol letters. Because in the new era of social media broadcasting and mainstream media silence, then politicians and public figures seem to try to silence everybody with the "I'm going to sue you." Good evening and welcome. We are back at it again. Donovan Williams has responded in the usual political dodging by draw out the lawsuit argument and scream the defamation shout out. If Rosie Hamilton, though, was to retract and take it down, how will it work with the plethora of people that republish this? Are you gonna sue all of us secondary, or you just have to bite the bullet and move on? We're back at the kittens regime this evening, where we're looking at the relationship between Andrew Holness and the Williams brother, as well as the Build-Rite Construction Company. We're also, again, this evening, questioning the $31 million for the drill. We'll go back as far as Mayor Feather using our money to buy crutches at KSAMC. And we look back at Rosie's older tirade against the older brother. Good evening and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Debbie Jarvis TV, good evening and welcome. Gloria Morris, good evening. Good evening. Marcia Thomas, good evening. Karen Nemart, good evening and welcome. Laverne. Norman Ferguson, good evening, Ladybug, Colleen. Good evening, good evening. Who else there? Evan Bradford, good evening. Silent viewers, good evening. Hit the like button for us, please. Globalists, on now support the program, you know. When me done the live and look on the likes, it is disgraceful and atrocious. The support when it comes to hitting the like button, it is rather disgraceful and atrocious. So me pin the PayPal and the Cash App because me feel to say I prefer the offering showing more than clap on a hand in the congregation. Besides, Raymond, how you do? Adine Henry, how you do? Our StreamYard monthly package has expired, the Easy Jerk Wagwan, and we want to buy back our StreamYard package so we can broadcast to you. So we're asking you for some assistance tonight. We're not blind like Andre Stevens. No, we're not. I have to make that clear. We're not a blind beggar like Andre Stevens. Andre Stevens people, if you don't tap come over my page, I'm going to mess up Andre. I have a whole heap of bullet where don't fire yet. Whole heap of bullet we're buried in a 2023. Andre Stevens supporters, if you don't stop, come over my page, and I'm gonna mess up Andre. Me go play the tit for tat game. Every bullet Andre fire, me go fire a dozen cheaper bullet. You see, just like America fire one expensive missile, a dozen Iran will fire one, and America fire a dozen useless thing. Yeah. When I stop come over my page, a one bully out a road and me. One toto bully. One toto bully out a road and it's me. All right? I'm going to mess him up. I have all heap of bullet berry where me can dig up, load up the gun and just fire them like me mad. So, all right, let's get on to serious things. No, sir. I wrong somebody on that trouble somebody who can stay in this for the long. Me Iran, you know, me can stay in this for the long haul. And no matter what you do, you wanna wind up on yourself. Because half I don't wanna come on my page, me laugh at no, but me go show no say this is not a person that you can bully. It is hard to bully a bully. You would have to be a mad, stupid bully to take on another bully. I saw the bully world go. All right? Just so you know. Anyway, my peeps. We're going to cut and throw down tonight. Nikita Burchell, come to the front of the class. And you first will come for tonight. Nikita Burchell. I'm going to call Nikita Burchell the winner, please. And tell Andrew Holness, Rosalie Hamilton, the Williams, them, Cliff Hughes, and everybody. Tell them to line up, please. Tell Delroy Chuck to line up, Desmond McKenzie. Just line up. Just line them up for me, please. Line them up, because we come for all heap a galangin tonight. But we're going to start with Nikita Burchell first. We're going to ask Nikita Burchell, what does this mean? And is it working? What does this mean, Miss Burchell? And is it working? No, we don't know say me, I feel lick everybody when me think in a the free attack foolishness. Let us listen to Nikita Burchell, and then I'll tell you my view on the other side of the fence.
But okay, so whilst you were at UA, what was your career goal then?
At UA, I was still there thinking I'm going to be an ambassador.
Oh.
No, man, I knew I was going to be an ambassador. I did international relations like Jade. So, of course, I was going to be an ambassador.
Why not?
Man. I mean, it was afterwards, I took a year off afterwards, and I was traveling. I was in New York. I was thinking of enrolling in school there and stuff, and I got called for the job here in Jamaica. So I came back to Jamaica and did that job, and communications found me again. That's my true passion. Communications, and that's my job now. Actually, I'm not a politician by career. Right. I'm a political communications strategist, and I offer communication support mostly to political parties across the regions. So I've worked in a number of successful campaigns in the region, some not so successful, but I've worked in countries like Grenada, Bahamas, Dominica, Antigua, St. Kitts. I've worked where the last one was in February of last year, where we helped to elect the first female premier of Anguilla. So I feel like I've had that kind of calling from early, but politics was sort of like a convenient arrangement because it helped me to give back to those who helped to grow me.
A political communication strategist, she said. Lynette Jenkins, how you do? A political communication strategist, she said. Mind you, not me. She said it. Nikita Burchell. A political communication strategist, darling. You should put all your books in your bags and head home. And I'm serious about it. Even way before the general election, you would all remember I keep telling the People's National Party, your communication strategist is not cutting it. Your message is not getting through. Your message is not rigorous. Your message is not sustained and continuous. It's haphazard over the place. Pack your books and your bags and go home, darling. Because it's not working for the PNP. Your communication strategy, Ms. Bercelli, is really not working for the People's National Party. I was of that view before the general election. I'm still of that view now. The PNP message is not constant. The PNP message is here, there, and all over the place. We in the media community stay upon message more than the PNP, Miss Bercelli. So maybe you need to go back to the drawing board. There's a high possibility, Miss Burchell, that you need to go back to the drawing board, because as the People's National Party communication strategist, me not see the message, ma'am. Lady, me not see the message. I do not. I mean, there is so much that this party, this kitten regime that we have in our country is doing and getting away with, and we don't hear the People's National Party running home the message and doubling down on the facts and reality. That's not coming true, Miss Burchell. And besides, whatever success, Miss Burchell, you may have in the Caribbean, it didn't ring through in your most place where if you ring through in the PNP. So, Miss Burchell, I beg you to pack up and go home, or go and relearn political communication strategy, because I have not seen or heard the message. All of this big bravado out the road here now with Donovan Williams. Is the PNP has the PNP jumped onto the bandwagon yet? Cause Cliff Hughes jump on. Them send them narrative to Cliff Hughes to spawn. So I don't know what Miss Burchell talked about in the interview. The passion, Miss Burchell. Passion. Let me tell you something about passion, Miss Burchell. You know why I kid out here with 59 people in front of me and 3 channels? You know why I could out here not making money but still out here? It's because of my passion for keeping people informed. It's because of my passion for education, Miss Burchell. That's why. Not because of the fat cash, Miss Burchell, or the status or influencer. No, Miss Burchell, not that. A passion. A passion in keeping the people abreast of the happenings in this world. So when we hear you talk about political strategic communication is your passion, Miss, which part, ma'am? Lady where? Lady, oh, we not see it yet. When you go bring it out, when you go vomit it up, Miss Burchell? Because this is why the PNP never win the election. The messaging, CGIN was a problem in the People's National Party last quest for power. So maybe you need to start vomit up your passion, lady. Start vomit up your passion because it's stuck down your throat and another day we want it. We want to see it and hear it out here. So when you go upon interview or big up on yourself, remember to say, you to show it in actual work. And it never shine through. It did not shine through. So pack up your back and book them. Go back to the drawing board. And when you're ready, you come back and tell we say you're ready. All right? But for now, no can't try fool with ma'am. Because no seminar in the fool galanging around here. What kind of communication strategy specialist or whatever you want to phrase it in? How did it help the People's National Party? Look on the budget. And no, we're not seeing a narrative craft. Your communication strategists, political communication strategists. Where are the craft, Miss Burchell? Where are the craft, Miss Burchell, that's supposed to be running in the media? Where are the messages, Miss Burchell, highlighting the cruelty of the government, highlighting the deception of the government, highlighting the flaws of the government, Miss Burchell? Where is it? That is the job of a political communication strategist, is running home the message, Miss Burchell. What on earth is Miss Burchell talking about? Lady, push your finger down your throat for us, please. Because we want your passion to vomit up. We want you to throw up your passion. Because we want it in the political fray. And the Holness I get away with too much. This big old disgrace between Donovan Williams and Rosie Hamilton. Where is the craft? Because Mark Golden just stand up, Miss Burchell. Mark Golden just stand up in a parliament last week, which he had Tuesday last week, yes, which he has been doing for the last 3 years, debating Andrew Holness's corruption. We have an insider, Miss Burchell, an insider exposing the corruption that is linked to Andrew Holness through his cronies. Where is the narrative crafted to send home the message to the Jamaica people, Miss Burchell? This is over 24 hours now. Are your mouth lame? Are your mouth a hop and tiptoe? Lady, please, don't come in the public contact this thing them want to know something out here. You don't know something not going to tolerate the nonsense from no side at all. So to come out your contact with say you're a specialist. Because your job don't reflect the specialism where you ball out both. We want to see the message. Is the message get to the people them to change the system? And we don't see it come from uno. Look on it big. You are the communication strategist for the party. Look on what Andrew Holness do to we there with the Cuban doctor them, with the tax, with them salary. Where is the message in the public, Miss Birchall? Where is the message in the public capturing the attention of the people, pinning the people down to the actual issues of this government? Miss Birchall, don't do it. Don't come out here and say so again. No, come out here and say so again, kind of gossip. Anyway, make we move to the junk credit when we come out. We're going to start with an article we did on the connection between the the Williams brothers, the Build-Rite Construction Company, and the Jamaica Labour Party. And then we'll move into Rosie Hamilton and the Williams brothers. We will look at the letter from the younger brother, then we give them more of where them are check for so about. How much we pay a plan for so Donovan? Rosie Hamilton and PNP, you know, come here. Come here, Rosie. Rosie and PNP, you know, come here. Now, Rosie Hamilton, you must not apologize. And to the People's National Party, you ought to provide Rosie Hamilton protection. You ought to, if she's willing, invite her to become a member of the People's National Party with open arms. Immediately, if accepted, she needs to become the caretaker candidate for West Central Kingston to go up against Donovan Williams. But under no circumstances, and I mean under no circumstances, Rosie Hamilton should apologize to the thieves.
The Architecture of Influence, Build-Rite Construction and the Shadows over Jamaica's Public Purse. For years, the Jamaican political landscape has been haunted by the specter of crony capitalism, a system where the lines between state governance and private enterprise become so blurred that the national treasury begins to resemble a private piggy bank for the politically connected. At the heart of this ongoing debate is the relationship between the administration of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the influential Williams Brothers network, and the prolific Grade 1 contractor, Build-Rite Construction Company Limited. To understand the allegations of fleecing the public purse, one must look beyond the concrete and steel of infrastructure projects and into the complex web of procurement, proximity, and power. The rise of a construction giant. Build-Rite Construction, established in 1984 by Theodore and Owen Campbell, is not a shell company. It is a legitimate, high-capacity engineering firm capable of executing massive civil works. However, its status as a Grade 1 contractor under the Public Procurement Commission grants it access to the most lucrative government tenders in the nation. While the company has the technical merit to perform, the controversy lies in the frequency and scale of the contracts it has secured under successive Jamaica Labour Party mandates. The fleecing narrative gained significant traction following the Auditor General's special report into the Jamaica Development Infrastructure Program. This $400 million United States dollars initiative was intended to revolutionize Jamaica's road network, but instead became a case study in administrative opacity. Build-Rite was identified as a primary beneficiary, securing subcontracts valued at approximately $2.47 billion. Critics argue that such massive allocations to a single entity, often with limited competitive friction, represent a strategic siphoning of public funds into a closed circuit of preferred builders. the Williams brothers and the inner circle. The term Williams brothers, referring to figures like Kingston Mayor Delroy Williams and MP Donovan Williams, has become shorthand in Jamaican political discourse for the inner sanctum of the Holness administration. While the Williams brothers do not legally own Build-Rite, the company is frequently cited as a preferred partner in projects within their jurisdictions or areas of influence. The concern raised by civil society and the opposition is not necessarily that the work is left undone, but that the procurement process is rigged by proximity. When a contractor is perceived as being in with the Prime Minister's inner circle, it creates a chilling effect on the market. Smaller independent contractors are often squeezed out, and the public is left to wonder if they are getting the best value for their tax dollars, or if they are simply subsidizing the wealth of the politically anointed. This concentration of state resources within a narrow corridor of associates is what many observers define as a systematic fleecing of the public purse, a crisis of accountability and transparency. The allegations surrounding Build-Rite and its political patrons point to a deeper systemic failure in Jamaica's oversight mechanisms. The Integrity Commission has repeatedly flagged instances where members of parliament and high-ranking officials have had unusual influence over the selection of contractors for community development and national infrastructure projects. In the case of the Holness administration, the optics are particularly damaging. The Prime Minister's own history with construction-related disclosures has made the public hypersensitive to any project involving Build-Rite or the Williams network. When billions of dollars are funneled through layers of subcontracting, a practice common in JDIP and subsequent road rehabilitation programs, accountability vanishes. This layering makes it nearly impossible for the average citizen to track exactly how much of their tax money is going toward actual materials and labor, and how much is being skimmed as administrative fees or political kickbacks. Conclusion: the cost of connection. Ultimately, the story of Build-Rite Construction and its ties to the current administration is a story about the erosion of trust. In a healthy democracy, the public purse is a sacred trust used to uplift the entire population. When that purse is consistently opened for the benefit of a select few who walk the corridors of Jamaica House, the foundation of the state begins to crack. If Jamaica is to move beyond the cycle of corruption allegations, it requires more than just denials from the podium. It requires a radical restructuring of the procurement process, an end to the constituency-based awarding of major civil contracts, and a transparent audit of every cent paid to firms within the Prime Minister's orbit. Until then, the name Build-Rite will remain a symbol of an era where political connection was the most valuable tool in a contractor's kit, and the Jamaican taxpayer was the one left footing the bill for a prosperity that only seems to reach a chosen few.
Alanda Terry Lang, before we go over Granan, come here, please. Me hear 119 with one story what me don't know about, me can verify, but me now go run the story, but me just ask. Then say, Alanda she is a man you're married to. And no, I'm not talking about your relationship with Patrick Bailey. I'm talking about your wife. There's argument in the public, Mr. Terry Long, that your wife is a doctor-made female. You know, they call them transgender or whatever chances they are. Just out of curiosity, Mr. Terry Long, could something go so? We're just asking. We're not accusing you, Mr. Terry Long. We know Patrick Bailey play in your fish pot already. We're aware of that. But we're just asking about the wife that you pose in public with. We're 119 other people and say you are married to a doctor-made female that was born as a male. We don't know. We're just asking. The ones in the Philippines and so, or even some in Europe here, Mr. Terry Long, you can't tell the difference if a Jesus or a doctor make them. Sometimes it's really hard to tell the difference in these days. You have to have a good eye to know the difference our Jesus make or our doctor make. So we just ask. It's just honestly asking. Anyway, let us go over to Granan because, you know, as the chief propagandist for the kittens regime, known as the Jamaica Labour Party, them always send them clap back to Grand Nan. So, Minister, what's your name again? Pinkett. Minister Junita Pinkett send the clap back over Grand Nan. Send the clap back over Grand Nan. Of course, we expect it to come from over there, sir. A Grand Nan is the chief mouthpiece for over there, sir. So we know, sir, ultimately, over Grand Nan, it would come from. But as I said earlier, if I was to go home in Jamaica, I would undo my solicitor license just to write pre-action protocol letter. Because I'm sure, because I know somebody will have enough money. So me couldn't make a whopping for just one letter, because me couldn't make about a 200,000 up to $250,000 out of just the one letter there. Like, seriously, I could have, just by writing pre-action protocol, make a killing. Because when everybody wants to silence you, then threaten you with a pre-action protocol, most people take this as lawsuit. It's not a lawsuit. It's a pre-action protocol. It's a requirement before you go to the lawsuit. Otherwise, if you just go straight to the lawsuit, the court will throw it out and say, stop wasting my time and try and go and negotiate the thing before you come to me. I should be the last resort here. Do not fuck around, said the court. Anyway, let's go over to Grand Nan.
Have received from the Member of Parliament, the State Minister, Donovan Williams, the following letter. Nora has that. Nora?
All right, sir. So this letter to Miss Hamilton says, Dear Miss Hamilton, re-defamatory publication concerning State Minister, the Honorable Donovan Williams, MP. Reference is made to the above captioned matter in which we act on behalf of the Honorable Donovan Williams, Member of Parliament for the Kingston Central Constituency and State Minister, hereinafter referred to as our client. We have been instructed to formally address the false, malicious, and highly defamatory statements made and published by you and or your agents via various social media platforms to include, but not limited to.
Let me make a disclaimer here. I'm not one of Rosalie's agent. I'm a broadcaster. I'm a broadcaster, and I'm covering a public political story. All right? Just for correction.
WhatsApp and TikTok, which have since been widely circulated and disseminated to members of.
That'll go hard, Donovan. Donovan, even if Rosie want to do a cleanup, I mean, the way how the white shy shit or the water shit spew across the entire, everybody get a touch. Donovan, everybody clothes stink. So you have whole heap of soap and water to sponsor Donovan. If you want this year, why should I shit here in a public cleanup? Of
the public. Your decision to publish these statements concerning our client is deeply troubling and entirely unjustified. The contents of the said video are wholly untrue, and our client categorically rejects each and every assertion made therein. The natural and ordinary meaning of your words is to lower our client in the estimation of right-thinking members of society, expose him to...
Him never have no standard, no integrity before. Liar. Him never have it. I found the jail we have with hype on him. And from the jail, the $31 million, we want to know how much he get out of it and who get out of the jail. And that we're concerned about. So no matter with the silencing tactics, it's not going to work. And by the way, you should have realized by now, Sir Rosie is one, no fool, and two, Rosie not afraid of people. What do you hope to expect from getting these things retracted and clean up? We run with it already and we dab every light post we pass, we dab it with liquor shit. Every light post we pass, Donovan Williams, it dab with a little of your shit. What you need to respond to Donovan Williams is the plethora of allegation. The allegation of causing the life of others. The allegation, Donovan Williams, where you inadvertently or whatever burn down all of these places in a Western Kingston to take the people them off of the land and you in turn turn around own the land. The Melissa relief them where you thief out of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, Donovan Williams. These are the things we want you to respond to. Don't bother come out here and think you can frighten nobody. You should know by now for the frightening tactic. If your letter never worked against Dr. Dawes, wasn't it the same way you tried to frighten Dr. Dawes? It was the same way you tried to frighten Dr. Dawes, you know. Does it look to you like anybody around here frightened of ink and paper? Something where you can tear up, throw in a water, or burn up in a fire? It's ink and paper, idiots. Ink and paper, wanna now go do. We not stop with from talking about crimes. Donovan Williams will kill people. Donovan Williams will defraud the public purse. Donovan Williams will misappropriate public money. Donovan Williams will burn poor people off a land and take it for yourself. Donovan and them something that we want you to respond to. We don't want you to send with no frightened letter. We not frightened Friday. I don't think you can frighten Rosalie Hamilton. And I know certainly you can't frighten the vlogging community. That's just not going to happen, darling. So you and your boy, girl people, them, will regularly lap on a tail after on a thief the public purse for take it by a man. Because on a labor right, whether on wear green shirt or orange shirt, you know, on have a way of taking the public sector money or on a hard earning money and buy a man. Me don't know how to get out of it.
To public ridicule and contempt and to undermine his integrity, credibility, and standing as a public official. The widespread circulation of the...
When did have it? He cannot have it being a part of Andrew Holness government, you damn idiot. You stupid liar. You hungry belly liar will never learn at school. You liar will come out of law school without integrity. You liar will fail to follow your canon rules. How can anybody be a part of Andrew Holness government have integrity? Are you stupid or what? Are you actually stupid or are you just stupid? The thing to say, anybody tied to the hip of Andrew Holness could have any integrity. Lady Guan, our liar will write the letter Guan.
This content, particularly on a platform such as TikTok, has significantly amplified the harm caused. Your actions have resulted in serious reputational damage, public embarrassment, and ongoing distress.
No, darling, no. One thing you cannot do, you cannot embarrass a thief. There is one thing you won't be able to do successfully out here is embarrass a thief. They don't have shame. Puss broke coat not in their eye. Them thief and them very own self. But the worst part of it though, are when they thief and poor people. Especially poor people lay down in the squalor Melissa, that is heartless. That is criminal.
To our client. Further, your conduct demonstrates a reckless disregard for the truth in circumstances where no reasonable steps appear to have been taken to verify the accuracy of the statements prior to the publication.
Where she verify accuracy, baboon, he is in the thick of it, the middle. The money allegation them was she make and then so she's in the thick of it. Go on. But she figure verify. She tell us about what the whole of them do to we. Did you not understand it that way? Anyway, they're lawyers. They're known to lie and thief. And they're known to be evil. So let me reiterate this. Every lawyer, every Jamaica attorney, where you see wear that robe and that white wig on their head will go in front of the Queen's or King's bench. Tell them to come and sue me. Tell any Jamaican attorney, anyone, to come and challenge me that they are not a part of the Freemason. When Andre come out with it and expose Dimitri. Dimitri wasn't the only attorney as part of the Freemason. It is a requirement of the profession. Jamaican attorney, please challenge me on this. Jamaican attorneys, would you like to take up the challenge to say that he's lying or he's spreading propaganda? Being a member of the Freemason, the Lodge, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, Freemason Lodge. It's one organization. Contradict me that it is not true that the whole of our Obia worker, the whole of our lodge people, the whole of our work under evil, superstitious power, no matter how friendly or so no liar be, no matter how whatever it is, they are personified evil. Why you not think on a liar them go law school, not just to practice law? A lot of them aim to the top job, Parliament. Because when you get to the pecking order, at this your thief. At this your thief without any challenge at all. That is where your thief without any challenge. So nobody come out here, come go on to no like say, they must somebody and then the panel say, all of these liars have one under spell. Me I tell you no. Because me know. You may have not gone to law school and understand the whole intricacies of going to the bar. There's a difference in having a solicitor's license than to being called to the bar. In England, the legal profession is split in two. In Jamaica, it's joined in one. What you have in Jamaica, they're referred to as attorneys, which they do the solicitor work, which is the case management work, which is what solicitor does, and the barrister work, which is the advocacy work in front of the court. So they're generally in Jamaica referred to as attorney. In England, though, they're separate. You have the solicitor who does all the investigation, the case management, prepare the case file and everything, then hand it over to the barrister. Sometimes they get it just hours before, and they have to go to court and make an argument based on what you send them. Now, those who sit down in them office and prepare case and manage case and all of that, they don't necessarily have to become a member of the bar. because you don't go in front of the courts generally. Even if you go in front of the court, it's the very lower courts like the magistrate court and the county courts, but you don't go to the higher courts unless you apply for audience of standing, where even a general citizen can apply for that to represent someone in court. But those who used to wear the wig, that stand in the Crown Court, stand in the High Court, stand in the Appeal Court, stand in the Privy Council, you cannot stand there unless you're a part of that cult, that evil cult of the Masonry. Anyway, leave it at that. Now, let's go to, oh, we're not done with them yet.
Your actions are therefore actionable under the Defamation Act 2013. Acting on our client's instructions, we hereby demand that you, 1, immediately remove any offending videos and voice notes from WhatsApp, TikTok, and any other platform under your control or that of your agents. Immediately cease and desist from making or publishing any further defamatory statements concerning our client. 3, issue a full, unequivocal public retraction and apology in terms to be approved by us to be published on TikTok and any other platform where the statements were disseminated. 4, take immediate steps to retract any false statements made and to mitigate the damage caused by your publication. And 5, provide written confirmation within 48 hours of receipt of this letter that you have fully complied with the above. Take notice that should you fail to comply with the demands outlined herein within the stipulated time frame, we are instructed to pursue all available legal remedies against you without further notice. This will include the initiation of proceedings in the Supreme Court of Judicature of Jamaica for defamation, together with applications for injunctive relief and all attendant reliefs available at law. We trust good sense will prevail, otherwise fail to act at your own peril. Regards, Richardson Law Chambers.
Acting on behalf of the Member of Parliament and State Minister, Donovan Williams.
All right, Granny, go on. Grandma, go on, a bedtime, a late night now, go on. Old people like Uno fi go home early. When dogs start back, a well when young people go on home, lady. Lady, go on home. Now, let's go back to Feather and Celia. Because we want to remind you all them two brother here, how Andrew bring in these two crooks to fleece the public budget, while the people of West Central Kingston is broke. They are suffering from poverty, while the money, the public purse, is being pushed left and right to all of these people's hands, and it's not reaching to poor Jamaicans. And when we talk, them say we are PNP agent, we are Rosie agent, and make up on your mind. Make up on your mind, we can't work for JLP and PNP at the same time. Make up your mind. Who is it that we are working for? When you say at Celia, Celia and Feather. Now let's go to Celia and Feather.
Space down a KCC. Mrs. Feather down there. You don't have no blood clot space down there.
You know, where you go with fella they have here, let me tell you this. Your baby father have here beg me for cover for blood clot. You no boy will fuck me, no ask me for cover for you. You hear for me? Shoot, just put up your baby father name on Facebook and me stop talk to you. Just blood clot, put it up. At any time, you're gonna make gang them at how I deal with your pussy clot. Yeah? You're gonna make gang them deal with your pussy clot at how I can. Enough your feather beg me, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down. Right now, my heart a boil and I call me, go call gang them now at how I in a yago blood clot. Tell Kenya, me say, go in a cartoon and type in the Indian ask them and she see her blood clot look. She look like the Indian ask them. Unica look better than blood clot, Kenya. Me a big woman and me have a good pussy and a man never beat me yet, Muncie. Man beat blood clot, Kenya. Kenya used to get beaten down here so she can't stand up. Tell Kenya, me say she don't use nice cologne neither. I must know she start smell like somebody. Kenya smell like pissy blood clot, Nella. Said I call you, I'm not get to, but never leave the voice note here. And it's serious. You see, anyway, me book your first concubine, you're going to bust up Kenya blood clot head.
So Kenya was one of Feather's concubine. Well, whole heap of money spent out on Kenya front. And girl de Dana, who was she name for Christopher Tufton one with a overly inflated front price. With money I go up front, with money I get stolen, a whole heap of hanky-panky a gone under the Andrew Holness kittens regime. The chief of thief Andrew Holness. So I don't want to write letter about like say anybody attached to Andrew Holness can have integrity. Never mind here say them are Andrew Holness related. Or no say demons unleashed in our country.
And the answer to that is a clear no.
I'm in the business if more run as a more counselor. And I want Petch to stop work and tell lie for me. Me and Petch call me when and I carry news to me and I say something to Petch. Me not say nothing bad about Kenya. Petch carry back my name to Kenya. I want to go chat Kenya with Petch. Kenya, I go call me, I go talk about big dirty stinking Celia. I'm a dirty pussy daughter who fuck Feather. Tina don't want you for fuck you, Feather.
I'm not satisfied. To date, I'm not satisfied.
Remember, some me tell you about dirty Kenya, and you get for fuck Kenya. Kenya breed for you and if your eye that blood clot. I mean,
Celia introduced Kenya to Feather. Feather breed Kenya, and Kenya have their height. Jamaica, I will tax money them, you know. Jamaica, I will tax money by prom. I will tax money by nappy and feeding. Are you understanding it that way, Jamaica? I will money Feather take and fan and buy front. I will money Feather take and getting a woman draws. Are you understanding it that way?
The fruits have started. We have started to see the fruits, and I believe that over the next year to 2 years, you will begin to see the blossoming of the relationship, and then in the long term, it will be, in my estimation, will last for generations.
The baby can't put up the baby father name, can't put up on me and hold it down. Feather, me not tell a lie. I love you very much, but never this dirty Kenya. Because you think say Kenya or somebody Feather are the worst drunkard that you took up in a bull beer. Everybody I call her first concubine.
And henceforth, also there's room for cooperation here. So I would say that in terms of cooperation, best practices is important.
So if you never know, Andrew Holness is not the only one who has a first concubine, all right?
The methods and systems used.
Feather, Kenya are the biggest concubine. Feather are beaten stick about Kenya, are beaten stick about us, man. Dirty Kenya. Kenya can't chat to the
Feather, are you beating Kenya as well? Or a Kenya other man them a beat your baby mother, Feather? While we tax money a pay upon Kenya, we would have just want to know if you beat Kenya or are the other man them were tired to Kenya a beat Kenya. We want them something they're interested for we know because we tax money I spend upon Kenya and we don't know if every time one man beat her and mash her up, our tax money have to fix her back.
Everybody Kenya dons. You need to get back Kenya enroll Kenya further in our basic school.
It's a very delicate and sensitive issue. So we always have
when we thought they say all sort. When we say labor rights to go back to basic school, labor right at labor right, yeah. Labor right at labor right, yeah, say. Them need to go back to basic school. Right back to the drawing board. Kindergarten for Kenya. Kindergarten for Kenya. Oh.
Have to understand the sensitivities involved.
Kenya don't and can't write her name. And I want to talk about if she were run for councillor, you can.
But Celia, Kenya is a labor right. It's common to have Don's councillor, senior. Celia, do you remember, so we have a mayor of Port Antonio, Celia? Celia, do you remember, so we have an MP of Westmoreland in the name of John, right? Celia, do you remember, say? We have Anvaz. Come on, see. Celia, you don't even remember, say Darrell Vaz still. You go on, yeah? Celia, you go on this evening.
Because me can't stop it now, blood clot, my daughter.
Say that we would have come a far way in with respect to many challenges still exist, but it's a work in progress. But I think we would have a general improvement there.
If she want to run for council, she fucking free. Because I don't know who they're going to take her for council. 26 subjects Tina have. Tina not have to depend on you to get a fucking car there. Tina buy her car. And I want to talk about Tina beg your money. Tina supposed to beg your money because enough work she put in for your million. Kenya not put in nothing more come with her. Jonja blood clot pussy come give you some fuck. And when Kenya fuck, Kenya pussy big feather like the river. A bamboo then take and cross Kenya when them a fuck her.
Hey, Celia mode. No, sir.
I can't wait for your answer.
It's a very delicate and sensitive issue, so we always have to understand the sensitivities involved.
In all of this passa, our taxpayer money, this is what you must not lose sight of. In the midst of this passa, your taxpayer money is being drained, is being squandered, is being stolen.
One of the worst drunker in the blood clot here. You are one of the worst drunker in the year because you only come out and you can't come up front with your baby father. Put up your baby father name on Facebook. Any blood clot you put it up, you talk to me. I can put up all of my man, they want to fuck my name, and I can put up the people name, put up who breed my blood clot name.
Good God Almighty, Celia, how much people pass through you, man? Celia? No, sir. A JLP anyway.
Hey, I run people them, papa them name, them can go. You are young little girl like you can't put up a blood clot breed you. Up to when you somebody patana he'll tell me say them
Kenya is bad though, you know. Celia can put up all a dozen man and you can put up one. That is bad.
Tired of see you put up Facebook your next half. Who is your next half? Is a half fuck bring baby Ghana.
The fruits have started. We have started to see the fruits, and I believe that over the next year to 2 years, you will begin to see the blossoming of the relationship, and then in the long term, it will be, in my estimation, will last for generations.
Since the me start fuck her, she know if wear skirt suit and I put on talia because she never used to have a pussy clot and she never used to look blood clot good. Tell Kenya me said, oh fuck with me here, Munzi. Tell Kenya me said, oh fuck with me. Tell her me said she fuck with the last somebody but because think Kenya can blood clot ever come for sweet like me.
And
you're hearing that Kenya did look like a donkey before your taxpayer money start spent on Kenya. Before your taxpayer money start spent on Kenya, Kenya did look like horse and donkey, said Celia. Don't know what Celia really look like, if a rhino or what. But she said Kenya look like a donkey.
answer to that is a clear no. I believe there are issues that we still have to confront. There are issues that evolve out of change also. So there are, while change is taking place and for the better, there are still issues that will arise out of the changes taking place.
Anytime I book her pussy clot is that she think I tired this. She think I blood clot tired this. Tired tell her one thing and flap her out up there. Tired tell her so she can go to KCC anytime. Cause she not breathe, she not nobody down at KCC, not take her man. Tell Kenya me saying the day she need blood clot, Kenya walk through KCC. Tell her me say walk through KCC. Cause she put up what she need Mrs. Blood clot Williams. Tell her I go through KCC.
No, this is your local government, your chief local government office in the country, KCMC. We beg on a pardon, a cock and pussy warfare up there. It's not representation and going up there. Me don't know if you don't understand it that way there. And a representation of the people are going up there is how much you can thief and how much a taxpayer money you can use to buy front, back part, and side part. And that may understand from this, you know, how much a taxpayer money you can use to influence your personal life and your personal ambitions. Isn't that what you are hearing?
I believe there are issues that we still have to confront. There are issues that evolve out of change also. So there are, while change is taking place and for the better, there are still issues that will arise out of the changes taking place.
The fruits have started. We have started to see the fruits. And I believe that over the next year to 2 years, you will begin to see the blossoming of the relationship. And then in the long term, it will be, in my estimation, will last for generations.
Ask the question, what is really happening between Rosie Hamilton and the Williams brothers? Because you remember, was it last year, it was sometime late 2024, it was after the 2024 local government election, Rosie came out, yeah? And when Rosie came out, he was still at the Williams them same way. It was her against the Williams them. There is something that Rosie have spotted with the Williams brothers, Peter, Abina, Honodo, Randy, Cabbage, everybody, Honodo. There is something Rosie have spotted with these two Williams brother and the Andrew Holness regime. Something that is not good for us, the taxpayer. Something that is not good for the people of West Central Kingston who are suffering, while these crooked politicians thief off state money in order to enrich themselves and boost their own personal status. Globalists, can you all hit the like button for me, please? And please also donate to the Cash App and the Zelle, because we want to buy back our monthly StreamYard packages so we can continue to broadcast for you. So if you feel generous, you can put a pittance in the thing. Now let's go back to Rosie Hamilton. I think this was 2024.
TC, you know, I observed everybody in this party. And one thing I can tell you, I am a keen observer. You see, when me talk is when I choose to talk. I like to observe. It's 3 years ago, I stood up at Pembroke School and said to the people, to the party, you're going in the wrong direction. Going in the wrong direction doesn't mean in government. I said the party, meaning the MPs have no respect for the people that elect them. And they becomes God unto themselves. And them deal with people anyhow, and them feel like, and listen, it don't matter who the person is. When you're in a party, it don't matter what status you have. You are a party member and you are supposed to be treated like everybody else. The leader of the party, the chairman, the deputy chairman, the general secretary, those are leadership of the party. And not even them any respect is shown to. And I talked to them and I told them that, listen, this thing not right.
What you're hearing from Rosie Hamilton here is that the level of MP them what them bringing, especially since 2020, Andrew Holness, Horace Chang, Bobby Montague, and the top executives has lost control of the Jamaica Labour Party. Why do you think they have lost control? These set of especially young MP and farmer and long-term MP realize that this is a looting organization. Nobody not dead for do nothing but loot. So everybody a thief for them own self. Everybody a do them own thing. And Andrew can't really do not much to nobody. Because as the chief of the thieves, what can he say? Him teach them for thief. Him thief make them see. Him allow them to thief. What can Andrew Holness say to any of them? Barring for tell them, say, make sure one on the left, one on all right for life.
And say what anybody want to say. I deliberately put these voice notes into the group because in the group, information media, you have 63 constituencies in it. And these are voices from all over Jamaica. That means if Era Council 1 didn't have a problem by itself, it's all persons from Era Council would have voice. These are voices from every constituency. From St. Thomas, from Clarendon, from Manchester, from Westmoreland, from St. Elizabeth, all voices in the group. It cannot be accident. Something is literally wrong in the party. And that is what the attention needed. At this time, where an election is around the corner.
Rosie, the direction that Andrew Holness has led the Jamaica Labour Party into, he has led the Jamaica Labour Party, which was always a corrupt party, but has led the party into total lawlessness. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, the dishonorable Andrew Holness, has led a party of disgraceful thieves. It now going to be better over there. This is why under this regime, there is no checks and balances. Because everybody depend the same God Almighty sin thing. So nobody know if they call out nobody. This is why all of them now go jump out on Rosie Hamilton. But look here, Rosie Hamilton back is being kept out here. If you don't know, Rosie Hamilton back is being kept in the public space. Because when a whistleblower come out, we have a duty to protect them and support them. If you don't know.
And all we can be doing is running around begging the workers. The workers them upset. And I put some voice note in the group with a discussion in there yesterday because I just happened to come home last night and going through the group and see them. And I start put them in the group. Where the chairman for Era Council 1, Winston Ennis, have to be telling the people them in the groups, regardless of what, you know, have to vote JLP, because PMP can't do no better. I have no problem Personally, me, Rosie, have no problem with the party or the government.
Abena, if you also have access to oregano leaf, squeeze the oregano leaf and use the juice for rub on the mosquito bite them. I tell you, it will quell the itching almost immediately and start dry them up. If you have access to oregano leaf, they call it Cuban mint, Cuban thyme, Chinese mint, Chinese thyme, Indian mint, Indian thyme, oregano, it's the same thing. Just get it and crush up the leaf them and use the juice and rub it on your mosquito bite them.
I have problems with individuals who enter the Jamaica Labour Party and feel that them can get up and talk to people anyhow and do anything. And you as a little councillor girl, you must accept what they say and do. I refuse to accept and do what people want me to accept. And nobody carry me in a Labour Party. My father grew me up in a Labour Party. And I can tell anybody, I will leave Labour Party when I want to leave it. Nobody can make me leave Labour Party. So them can go out there and them can spread all kind of rumor them want, because me hear every rumor where them are spread. Me no like the leader, me no this, me no that, me hear everything. Me not come out there come tell nobody say, me love the leader for them to satisfy. Nobody can tell me nothing about Andrew Holness. Me fight for him. Miss Andrew Holness gained my respect and loyalty from Mr. Siaga. And me never tell Andrew when me I go out a street go fight for him. Him only hear when me fight. He never pay me for fight for him, because me a loyalist to my party. And what me believe in. Me could have take money in the leadership race. I was offered the money and I don't take it, and good money to give them half of the delegate.
Now, what Rosie is explaining here is when the runoff between Andrew Holness and Audley Shaw, where you even heard that conversation between Rhoda and Andre, Dr. Nesbitt and Andre, how they buy out the delegate them, the type of trickery them what they use to buy out the delegate them in order to overrun Audley Shaw and get Andrew Holness in, which Audley Shaw was the more popular candidate and maybe would have been a little better than what we are experiencing now. So this is also the crime of vote buying, where Andrew Holness by himself leadership in the Jamaica Labour Party, and by extension bought himself 3 terms in government in our country. Do you understand it like that?
In a Central Kingston. When Chin did a support the other side, I'm a war with Chin for Andrew get them. Nobody can come tell me nothing. And if I have a problem, I'm going to talk about it.
So Chin and his team was in Audley Shaw's camp. And Rosie and fair people them war with Chin to get the delegate support to plummet Andrew to the position where Jamaica in right now.
And nobody can muzzle me. Because of that, me see, them I try to do in the party. I try to muzzle people not to talk. Mr. Siaga never grow weasel. Mr. Siaga allowed us to speak our mind, and he listened. And Andrew is that person. You can tell the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, anything that you think, and he might not do what you say, but he will listen. But you have some people around Andrew where claim say them loyal, where I go on like say, them can talk up and them can do. Me well want them take me on. Me a talk for them take me on and them not take me on. Them a grumble. And a grumble, no for grumble. No for come out and talk. Because me can tell you no, now come through back door in a Labour Party and come put out the people them who risk them life and stayed with this party when uno go to college, go get an education and never go there for politics. The people them were in a politics, stayed in politics and learned the politics and loyal to the politics and loyal to the people who love politics most. Poor people, cause rich people not no loyalty to politics. Anywhere the tide go, I did them go.
Yes, Abena, we just stay like a while. Them send it over Granny Mulvina because you know, say over there so are the JLP mouthpiece. But in reality, if them pre-action protocol letter never silence Dr. Dawes, if them never carry out them lawsuit against Dr. Dawes, do you think this will go anywhere to frighten Rosie Donovan? This may even spark Rosie if you come out and talk more. Me just want you to continue trouble Rosie, and that me want you to do.
And me, Rosalie Hamilton, born in a poor community. Me never grow up broke and hungry. Me never grow broke and hungry. But me born and grow in a
Labor right, Rosie Setono said she not born broke and hungry like she not grow broke and hungry like Ono. That's why Ono have a thief so because Ono ain't used to nothing. That's what Rosie said about Donovan Williams. Donovan a thief because Donovan never used to nothing.
Poor community. And anybody can tell you the history when me have as a counselor, Edward Siaga alone have that history of serving them constituency. Nobody else. So me nah make foot on a talking one talk deter me from talk about Buster Party where inform. Uno now mash up Buster Party and expect people to sit down. And because uno
Lady, it fi mash up because when Buster farm it, Buster couldn't spell bread. And if you ask any labor right today, a 3 year may ask labor right to spell bread and no one labor right can spell bread. So if it mash up, because if I so much a year now I don't learn to spell bread, what's the point?
Intellect, uno for come in, come do as uno like, and people for shut up their mouth. Uno can't make me shut up my mouth. And TC, the truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it. Because even in my own constituency, that, you know which part me upset with, Andrew? When I go to the party after 1 year and tell them what going in the constituency, and it's a mash up. People like the one, Delroy Williams. Him, if Delroy had taken a stand as the era council deputy chairman and Winston Ennis, and the deputy leader, Desmond McKenzie, he might tell me, say him never know them things that did go on in the constituency. Nobody told him. I don't believe him. Because a whole heap of constituency got to them era council and talk.
So Rose is basically here accusing Desmond McKenzie of lying. She's basically accusing Desmond McKenzie of lying that he's not aware of the issues.
Talk to them both.
So honestly say Rosalie Hamilton issue with Donovan and the JLP executive of the running of Western Kingston for NCAR Donovan go there is a problem. You know, notice it that from Donovan go there is a problem. because that Michael Manley seat wasn't really voted out. Andrew bought it out. Just like how Andrew Holness did walk and buy out the whole of Westmoreland in a 2020 and trick the people them. When him lock we down and call out for him, people them to come vote.
The member of parliament them and no action was taken because it's something the whole of them organized to do, to disrespect the people them and handle them like dog.
What is coming home to roost now is the deception of 2015 and 2020 that the Jamaica Labour Party carried out on the people of Jamaica by way of Andrew Holness buying himself president of the Jamaica Labour Party in 20 whenever. And in 2020, when Andrew Holness bringing a bunch of reckless, uneducated thief and just enforce them upon we without any qualification, any political understanding or whatever, Andrew just carry them come there for count thief. This is what is coming home to roost now, because Andrew carrying one whole heap of duns, one whole heap of cronies and nepotists, where in turn Andrew turn around and lost control of the party because everybody knew to say Andrew never get the fear. Everybody knows that Andrew buying way there. Everybody knows that Andrew get there by deception and by corruption. That's why nobody have no regard or no respect for Andrew Holness' authority in the party. That's why the Labour Party is falling more and more apart.
And now election are come. The leader of the party have to do house to house. The leader of the party have to go on platform. I beg the workers, them, to support the party. That should never be. No leader Labour Party never have to do that. When the MP them done damage up the seat them, Mr. say I got fire them, run them way. So you can stay the talk. Because me not talk to, and me you come talk to. You talk to me and make me address you, because I wait for you.
And that was 24. And Rosie have come back out with another sting. A sting that cost them to send lawsuit pre-action protocol this time. But your pre-action protocol won't frighten anybody. It will just not. Because everybody in this fray would learn by now that this is a silencing tactic. You have all moved from the argument of their conspiracy theorists to their mad people, or now to they've been paid by a political party or whatever. The truth is, your crime is not going to go hidden. The era of silent crime against the people is over. There are people who still have a heart in politics. People like Rosie Hamilton, who don't want to see the taxpayers' money get swindled to enrich Andrew Holness' cronies while the people them suffer. And we're still waiting on Andrew Holness's response. And we're still waiting to see where the PNP is going to take it. If Miss Burchell and her political communication strategy can ram home this message to the Jamaica people of what we are hearing in public, how these drunken sailor babies is pilfering the public purse. Anyway, my peeps, I have to go done for tonight. As we say, if you can assist us in buying back our StreamYard, please donate to the Cash App and the Zelle. And we'll definitely see you tomorrow morning to continue the tirade all over again. Because if Donovan Williams' thing to say, silence on this matter is coming soon. It has just started, Donovan. It has just started. So don't think that we'll reach the overing part yet. We're just in a first flight. What you ought to do, Donovan Williams, is just provoke Rosie a bit more. That's all we're depending on you to do. Just provoke Rosie a little bit more. Because there's more to be said, an awful lot more. We want to hear about the $30 million, the $31 million Jill. Oh, and a Cash App may have a Zelle and PayPal. Zelle and PayPal at Cash App. We want to hear more about the $31 million. All right? We want to hear how much kickback Donovan Williams get out of the $31 million. And who else get kickback out of the $31 million? Because we know, say, only per sharing go on. Only per sharing go on. So the $31 million, now that we have found out how Donovan thief, now that we have found out how Donovan thief, how Donovan write down things on paper and charge with Farry when I go so. We want to know now where Donovan Williams know about the 31, where Rosie Hamilton know about how the $31 million share up. All right, globalists, thank you all for being here tonight. Lovely to have your support as usual. And please do join us back tomorrow morning for the At a Glance program, rather, when we start the misery of our country all over again. Because all Jamaica is these days is misery, you know. When last time I hear something out of Jamaica, we're not attached to misery. Anyway, my peeps, walk good. Thank you and good night.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So I and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Say Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen. Yeah. Just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari. righteousness, and we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari, preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.
Raymond Gale, thank you very